So about the Jojo community, Jojo is definitely one of the most influential animes out there, directly and indirectly at the same time. There's probably an anime in every genre, where you could see some sort of inspiration from Jojo. Some of them even have little Easter eggs and hints towards it. Jojo came out in like the 1980s, alongside stuff like Fist of the North Star. That was the era that it came out in. So the kids who were reading stuff in that era grew up to be the manga authors that make anime today, but its influence is kinda different from other major shows. If you take Dragon Ball for example, you can see pretty clearly on how Dragon Ball influenced shows to come after it, with all the power boosts and power of friendship, almost all the cliches you see today. But the way Jojo influences other shows is more low-key. There's not really a way to directly take from Jojo, because of the way the story is set up. It's so unique that it will be pretty hard to take from it directly, and then put it into another show. The only references you could really spot easily are like the Easter eggs, where the author makes clear hinting at the series. It left a mark on manga and culture in general, mostly in Japan though. The mark it left on the West is a little bit special. Japan is where most of the series' popularity is, like how in the West you could walk outside and ask people if they know what Dragon Ball is. Most people at least heard about it, even if they don't watch anything remotely close to anime. It's just part of the pop culture. In the West it's pretty popular, but it's not Naruto or Goku type of popular. If someone has watched anime, they more than likely at least heard about it, or just being on the internet in general. Most people have probably seen those shitty Jojo memes at least a couple of times. It's pretty popular in the West, but I'm not gonna lie, most Jojo fans be giving the show a bad look. There's a lot of shows you could probably name that have communities that are dumpster fires, but Jojo is a unique type of dumpster fire. People that make being a Jojo fan part of their identity are just different, and I don't mean different in a good way. There's even an interview where Araki himself says his fanbase in the West sucks. I think the interviewer asked what Araki thought about people doing Jojo poses in real life, something along those lines. And he said people are weird as fuck for trying to do it basically, which I mean isn't really the bad part of the community in my opinion. It's the same as Naruto fans trying to do the ninja run, at least that's the way I see it, just imitating the characters for fun and stuff. What really makes the Jojo community look bad is the attitude it has. By the way, I'm speaking about the vocal minority. Most of the fans probably don't do anything like this, but the ones you see getting passionate about their star platinums and shit end up giving that impression. I mean, I'm a fan myself, but I don't do any of this stuff, except maybe posing from time to time. This vocal portion of the fanbase I'm talking about feels like it has some sort of superiority complex. Whenever I see a Jojo fan having a conversation with other anime fans, and you can tell because most of them have some sort of Jojo profile picture, or just manage to bring up the fact that they watch Jojo in the conversation. Most of the time they're on the younger side too, or at least that's the impression they give off. They just talk in a condescending way, and talk down on other people's taste, especially if they don't watch Jojo. Most of the time it's the people who like My Hero Academia, or any of those other new shows. The Jojo fans have this ego of not watching stuff that is considered mainstream, even though Jojo is probably as mainstream as you could get for anime honestly. You shouldn't build your ego on anime taste if you somehow haven't come to that conclusion yourself, because at the end of the day it's all media. But you really do see Jojo fans really make sure that people know they watch Jojo. They just wear that shit with pride. It's like people you see online that have a description of themselves on their bio, like their pronouns, zodiac sign, and all the other stuff you really couldn't care less about. It's mostly a circle jerk to be honest, from what I've seen. From time to time, you'll find somebody who watches Jojo and is actually a cool person, but the encounters I've seen with Jojo fans have been a net negative overall, especially the jokes that people pull, the trash meme ones aside, like the "it was me" Dio for example. I don't think any human today laughs at those memes, including the fans that post them. At this point it's more like a tradition for them, but even with the 2010 memes aside, none of their jokes end up landing. It's either them posing for comedic effect, repeating a phrase 50 times, or repeating some copy pasta you found online. Mostly the repetitive aspect of it. They reuse the same jokes over and over, with the same punchline and execution and everything. And the Jojo fans just eat that shit up. There are good memes out there, they've just been overdone way too many times. If you're one of those people that say random phrases, like Kono Dioda, or some other dumb shit, I'm gonna be honest, your humor sucks. Respectfully though, of course. I mean, regardless, I would still like and support Jojo. It still is a pretty good series, regardless of the impression the fanbase gives off. In general, you really shouldn't decide what to watch or not, based on if the fanbase is good or not. In most cases, it's almost always a bad representation of the series itself, so if you haven't watched it, you should probably give it a shot. There's no other animes I could compare it to. There's no way for another show to be similar to it without it feeling like it's just a ripoff. I get people are just enjoying the show a lot, but it's crazy seeing some people internalize and embody the series they are obsessed with. That's more or less all I have to say about the JoJo community though. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe for future content. Peace.